Rats taking over this office, a house-eating fungus destroying this back house. These are two shocking stories that we've got for you today. Let's get started. Good morning, good morning.
This is Jimmy.
Nice to meet you.
He's one of the twins.
So you got some fungus, huh, Paria?
Yeah.
So when it comes to house-eating fungus, there's a specific one that literally destroys a structure, and that's called Paria incrustata. There's very, very few people in the country that knows how to treat and mitigate this house-eating fungus. There's no chemical sprays that will treat and kill it. The first step in the process is to figure out where the root balls are underneath the ground. Figure out where the rhizomorphs are. Gotta stop that. And then the second thing is to be able to go inside the interior space and figure out and stop where those rhizomorphs are getting inside those wall and ceiling cavities. The third step is to figure out where all the water sources are, because the last thing you want to do is do all of the reconstruction. You don't detect the proper leak and it activates once again. This damage here can cost homeowners hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you find just a little bit around a base molding or inside of a dark area of a closet, you gotta really react very, very fast. Let's open up the wall and see what we have inside the wall cavity. So how it all starts is the wood framing inside the wall cavity already has the fungus, and all it takes is moisture to create the event and ignite it. Yeah, you see the water going inside of here, and then that's the issue right there. You can see right here it begins to migrate. All right, so we're now testing the second window. You see right there. See the amount of water. All of these type of penetrations in the structure. Okay, we're gonna test this door. And once it's ignited with the water and the moisture, it starts to spread. As you can see, right off the bat, we did a water test. This window, and that door allows so much water inside that wall cavity. The moment that fungus gets a tad of moisture, it's alive. And once it's alive, it ruins and destroys your structure. As you can see, this design of this door is really, really bad. I mean, you've got a screen here. There's no awning to shed the water away. As water cascades down, it's just dumping inside here, allowing this to grow. So this entire wall is going to have to go along with this wall and then this wall. If it starts to spread this way, then we're going to have to continue all the way across. This fungus literally grows an inch every 24 hours. So as it absorbs into the wood, it extracts all the nutrients, leaving it completely compromised. And at that point, you have no choice but to demo everything and start with brand new treated wood. If you do have signs of Paria incrustata in your home, it is super important to hire the right professional so they know exactly how to execute. Don't take it upon yourself, because many homeowners try to save money and we end up getting calls 2 to 3 years later because it wasn't done properly. Good morning, everybody. We are heading to a commercial building with rats. The reason why they chose us was because this specific lady liked our approach with humane trapping. And as you know, most of our videos, we just kill them instantly to eradicate them. This particular customer wants us to trap alive, basically catch and release. And that's what the rat vac does. So first of all, we're gonna go in here, investigate, do our comprehensive investigation, because they've used every type of method and they can't seem to solve it. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Is this the area that's being impacted?
Yeah, if you look behind that cabinet.
How long has this been going on for?
I think since before I started.
Okay. And have you seen them since, like when you walk in and open, do you?
When I'm here at 6, I have a friend that hangs out back there. A rat, probably about so big. If you look at the back of my desk, I haven't cleaned it up yet. There's smell back there.
Is there really? Okay.
Yeah, we put pellets in our drawers.
For repellent?
Yeah, to repel them, because I have 1 month of files that were in this drawer, just covered over the top with pee.
No way.
Yeah, we've been complaining for a while. If I have food, I take all my stuff out and throw it in an outside trash can. She will occasionally leave like a potato chip wrapper or something. You'll find it somewhere else. They also like the cake cups.
Yes. Okay. All right, when my guys get here, we'll move this back. We'll start the investigation. We'll figure this out, okay?
We don't come in that often at 6, but I have told people if I see them much more, I'm gonna have to give them a name. My son, his 2 roommates, they have rats. They probably have about 40 rats, and they all have names. They take them to the vet and everything.
Oh, so they're pet rats?
Yeah.
But you don't want pet rats?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do to figure this out for you guys. Whoa. Something's going on in this wall. Oh, he's got a trap here.
We haven't caught anything in these traps.
You haven't caught any rats in those Victor traps?
Nope. There's, I think, one back there and one over there. And I'm not sure where else they're at.
And they've been there for how long?
Probably about a month now, maybe.
And no catch?
No.
Okay, so Anthony and Brian just showed up. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
So the situation is this office front here has activity. I did a brief little walkthrough. What I'd like to do first is let's go inside, figure out some runways. I saw a hole in a drywall going upstairs with a lot of rat grease. We're gonna have to move a little bit of furniture so we can see the level of activity, and then we'll get started with the comprehensive investigation. Let's remove this file cabinet here back a little bit, guys.
That was what it was.
Already.
Oh, they had recess for dinner tonight, last night.
Look at that. They did.
She has a bad problem in here. Her printer, I don't think, works because they may have chewed her cable.
There's a lot. Look at that.
Oh.
It's to the left, right? Insulation.
Yeah, so they're chewing the drywall there.
It's just gross.
Yeah. Morning. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. It looks like they got into the recess peanut butter cups.
Yeah, I actually got those for bait for those other things we bought, but yeah.
I'm Jimmy. Nice to
Jimmy,
meet you.
good.
Yes.
We have a mess, huh?
It's getting out of hand.
Oops, it escalated again.
This obviously hasn't helped. It's a repellent,
So at
right?
one point, we were putting that in our drawers and it stopped, you know.
And then they came back. Yeah. It's really getting out of hand. Okay, let's head up here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's crazy.
Okay, let's run the camera in there. See if we can see any live rats inside this wall cavity right now. It's gonna be interesting.
Crazy. I've been to worse houses. Bro, it's black, dude. You've recorded it.
A lot of rat droppings right there. Big droppings there. See any rat grease or anything there? No?
No poop, no nothing.
See the doors, you guys?
Yeah.
So when the door is shut, there's these gaps right here. All right, so those doors are completely sealed when they're closed. So we got to continue the investigation here. So we're up on the roof. We're going to investigate the office is right here behind us, so we're going to investigate here as well as this structure here. You can see, I'm not seeing any activity on the roof though. Any holes? Are you guys seeing droppings?
Yeah.
Let's look at these cable lines. Remember those ones on the roof that I found?
The footprints.
Is there footprints?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can see them clearly here.
Footprints right here.
Can you see rat grease on that copper line?
Oh yeah.
Right there.
All right, so here's the runway. This is what they're doing. They're coming in through here because of those doors. They're coming like this, in through here. Also, here's a gap. Once they come in, they run across here, behind this vending machine here. You can see the rat grease right there. Once they leave the vending machine, they come across here, right into here, and directly into the office. So this is that neighbor's wall. It's interesting to see if there's any core holes. We went into that office. Underneath those steps, we're not seeing anything. It's pretty solid. So I really think, you guys, by leaving these doors open, rats are getting into the main storage area, smelling the food, and then nesting in that office. I think that's what's happening. We're still going to do a smoke test just to rule out any sewer. I doubt it's sewer, but you never know. You never want to assume when you're dealing with rat entry points. You've got to do a comprehensive investigation as a process of elimination, so we can rule that out, and then we can refocus on the roof rat. All right, so the guys are extending the hose because it is a pretty high building, so let's see if this works. Hopefully we have enough hose to reach a drain pipe, but we'll see. We'll start the smoke machine right now, warm that up. Right there, perfect. All right, so hopefully we can power up the smoke machine, get this warmed up, because it is a cool morning. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
See, I told you I got it.
All right, I'm gonna go inside and see if we can detect any smoke. I doubt it's a sewer rat, but again, we want that process of elimination. I don't want to have in the back of my mind that, oh, did we miss something? We're here, we gotta go all the way. Getting any smoke so far. Okay, we ran the smoke for about 15 minutes, very aggressively, not one sign, so it's definitely not the sewer rat. I think it's those doors, exactly what I showed you earlier. So now I'm gonna go ahead and communicate with the client on what the next steps should be, and let's see if they proceed. So basically, that door over there in the corner, there's a lot of what we call rat grease. Remember I talked to you yesterday on the phone. So more than likely, there's rats inside the wall, you just don't hear them. They know your guys' schedule, they come out at a certain time. So what I'd like to do, the ultimate option would be to seal everything that we found, move some of this content, vacuum all of the droppings, do an enzyme treatment, and then we set up our cameras and our Humane rat trapping device for the next 5 to 6 days. But what's going to be important if you do end up going with this stage is that no candy left out. We have to remove everything to make sure that we deplete their food source.
I got the box from Amazon, and that candy was for the rat trap. So I bought those and set the box aside, and they chewed into the box.
And they took an opportunity, yeah.
That's why, but we put that away, yeah.
So that's really what needs to get done.
Now what about the doorway? I mean, won't that just, because we're not going to be able to keep them out of there, right?
Correct, yeah. But we can keep them out of this office.
How do we seal that doorway?
We do a metal trim at the very bottom, all the way across. And then we set up cameras on the floor level with the rat trap. They go in because of food, but when they hit our sensor, it activates the vacuum, and the vacuum draws them, extracts them into the barrel, and then we go in and release them.
Wow, I have not heard of anybody else doing that. Does
No,
anybody do it?
Nobody has it. Nope.
I can cope with a lot of things, but coming in here and having an animal suffering, I don't think that's not something I can do.
All right,
Okay,
we're gonna go ahead and
Jimmy,
get started.
thank you.
You're
All right,
welcome.
cool.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and proceed with phase 2. We're gonna seal all the holes, exclude everything up on the roof that we found. We're gonna start sucking these rats out because they wanna use the rat vac. Here we go. So we're definitely gonna use the enzyme to deodorize and sanitize. If you guys have any rat urine odors, pet odors, the Twinzyme is absolutely a game changer. This office staff is gonna absolutely love it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it smells so much better.
The office is smelling so much better, and you can see how fast it removes that rat grease and all the sebum. Amazing product. Right, now that everything's been cleaned up, all the pheromones removed, all the nesting sites, it's time to do some exclusion work and set up the camera and the rat vac.
The hole is mainly here.
Nope. Okay, now just run it all the way across. Okay, so we're going to work on this side now.
So we're not going to end up trapping rats in the walls, are we?
No. Rats like to chew. They have incisor teeth, so they constantly chew, but we checked to see if there was any nesting sites in there, but it only goes up like a few inches. Okay, now we're going to work on this back office, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, the guys are up in the stairwell covering that one hole. Let's go check them out right now. Looks like the enzyme got all the rat grease out. All right, so we're not gonna wire mesh this. We're gonna leave this, and if we come back in 24, 48 hours and it's chewed out, then we know that we've got rats inside this wall here. All right, we got everything sealed up. Now it's time to bait the rat vac and get that set up with the monitoring cameras. So when it comes to trapping, you guys, and baiting, the more bait that you can bait a trap, it lures the rats right in, especially if all of the food source is completely removed from the impacted area. So when you consider buying a trap, always consider buying a trap that you can bait as much as you possibly can, and that's what I love about the rat vac. It allows you to do that. Check it out. All right, so our go-to is the crunchy, extra chunky peanut butter. It's got the aroma of protein and peanuts and nuts. You want to pre-bait it a little bit like this, get them used to entering in. Then the sensor is about right here, so you want to add more bait after the sensor. Okay, again, they're never going to touch this, and it's always about aroma. A lot more there, and then we're going to load it up right here at the very back, like this. Okay, we're going to add a lot more here. All right, so that's what it looks like when it's fully baited. And again, the rats or mice will never, ever have an opportunity to touch this. So what's great about the rat vac is I can leave the rat vac here for 2 weeks. This is going to stay fresh. It's not going to spoil, and it's never going to be taken. All right, so we're going to set the rat vac along this wall here because this is the runway. This is the closest to your ingress. We'll have the rat vac position along this runway right here. God, I'm hoping we can do it. It's gonna be interesting to see how many rats come out from underneath this door on a nightly basis. All right, we're gonna test and see if the rat back is activated before we put the bait plate in. We are activated.
$6.99, I think.
All right, so we have a camera set up here underneath this door. All right, well, everything is set here. It's just about monitoring, and hopefully we can suck the rest of these rats out in the office. I can't really control the outside warehouse, but we're gonna see if they're coming in and out of that door. It's gonna be very, very interesting. Stay tuned. So many people prematurely set traps thinking that that's gonna solve the issue. And we get so many calls where, hey, I'm setting traps, they're not hitting the traps. Well, if you watched our process, we didn't set traps. We came out, sealed everything up, then we placed our traps. That is the proper way. The pest control industry is so behind the times in this, because what I think happened was they got crossover from treating and spraying for bugs, and then they thought, hey, let's sell the customer bait boxes and trapping. But it does absolutely nothing. All right, so we are about to pull up here. We'll see the progress of what the guys have done. So let's see what the results are here with the walls exposed. You can see a lot of demo here. You can see here how much the team has demoed. This is behind the shower wall. So if you as a homeowner start seeing a small little bit of growth coming out of a base molding, you better act fast, because this literally spreads 1 inch every 24 hours. And you may live in a home for 20 years and never see any signs, but it can ignite at any time, especially if you have this fungus growing underneath the ground. All it takes is a little bit of moisture to ignite it. And this is the destruction that this fungus causes. All right, so let's head to the exterior. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing on the outside perimeter to stop this. So you can see here, we're trenching the outside here. You can see some of the rhizomorphs that are growing up into and underneath this here. A lot of times people will waterproof, and the fungus will go in between the waterproofing membrane and the foundation. Just completely compromises any wood structure. So you can see this protective membrane here that they use for waterproofing, but let me show you what's on the other side of this. These are all the rhizomorphs that I was referring to earlier. So you can see it starts with this nice, beautiful bougainvillea, right? Now look at this. All of that right there is where it starts. Once it goes underground, it starts to migrate. And once the water starts to source out, that's when it ignites. Here's another section right here. So this fungus thrives on moisture conditions. So if you have trees around your house and you have leaks or you have standing water, that's what it's gonna do to start to ignite and take over your house or the structure. You've got to be able to stop it and prevent it from coming back. So when we trench all the contaminated soil, we haul it away to the fields and get it out from the property. And then we have a certain method for a preventative measure as a barrier that we utilize and highly recommend doing to prevent it from coming back. I'm going to do a shower test now. All right, I'm going to do a hydrostatic water test to this tile here and see if we're getting any water. See the destruction that this fungus does to all the wood. What it does is it sucks up all the nutrients out of the wood, and literally structural integrity just completely gets compromised. If you have this fungus, it's imperative to hire the right people, like I said earlier, but also too, we specialize in leak detection. You've got to have an eye And you got to make sure that all of the water sources, all the water intrusions are detected and found. Very, very critical when you hire a Paria expert. You got to make sure you ask them those questions. Do you also specialize in leak detection? Very important. We have a certain process as well to be able to come in here and immediately kill it and stop the migration. That's also very important, is to have that knowledge. What is it going to do to stop the migration and spreading further into other parts of the structure? All right, so the tile wall is fine, but what we're seeing is it's the roof. You can see the roof there. That water is dripping, getting onto this sill plate here, and then it's starting to migrate down here, activating the fungus. Yep, you can see the watermarks, yep. You can see on the new wood here, it's starting to migrate here. If you watch our channel, most of our videos are all about rat destruction and entry points. I would say that the Paria fungus is a heck of a lot more damaging to a structure than rats. If I had to choose as a homeowner, I would probably want to deal with rats versus Paria. A lot of people ask, is breathing Paria dangerous to your health? And it's not. It has no significant health issues like black mold and things like that. So you don't have to worry about the actual fungus causing any health issues. Well, hopefully this fungus video, not to scare you, but hopefully it educated you. If you need help with your Paria job, reach out to us. We're here to help. Well, it's the third day, guys. Check out the footage. Those rats are definitely going underneath the door, just as I expected. Check out the footage. And on top of that, this particular rat has no front limbs. The reason for that could be several causes. Maybe a rat trap got him and broke his legs. Maybe perhaps a disease, but absolutely incredible how resilient this rat is. He was around that rat back as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture him on the Wise camera, the entire footage. I think we got him, but I'm not quite sure. We're gonna have to run over there and open up the vacuum drum. I hope he's alive. Adding that water in there with no front limbs, it's gonna be hard to survive. That's the only thing. I had no idea. As a rat exterminator, I can only do my best. And I have to put that water in there, guys, because I don't want him jumping up. If it was a regular rat with 4 limbs, he could potentially get up onto that vacuum drum. And so that's why I added just a little bit of water in our enzyme. I'm nervous heading over there now, but I'm a little nervous because I don't know what to say to the lady if I tell her that the rat didn't survive. Uh-oh, here we go. Came through last night. He doesn't have any front legs.
Oh,
so that's,
poor thing.
I know. So you could see all of the peanut butter is gone. So let's go check the rat back. Ladies, we did get him, but she's going to be very upset.
Is he dead?
He's dead.
Oh, why?
Just didn't make it because of the front legs. He wasn't able to stand still. He went in there, but we didn't capture him on the footage because the camera's too far. Well, I feel really bad because that lady in the back office really wanted us to catch a live rat and release him to the wild. But with the front limbs like that gone, I can't control that. Unfortunately, didn't make it. What's up? All right, so I'm leaving Anthony and Brian here. They're going to be sealing up both of the doors. This one for that back office, and then the one for the main office. Okay, well, we're just going to continue to monitor.
Okay, sounds good.
I think this office now is completely rat-free.
Awesome. Honestly, every time we'll come in, I will get nauseous and get a headache from that. You know?
She's not sneezing like she usually does either.
I mean, I have allergies, but that will make it fire, really
And
bad.
you haven't had it in the last couple of days? Awesome. And that's the key right there. We've sealed the doors up, no trash, problem solved. But on the flip side, guys, on the positive note, as a rat exterminator coming into a facility, we followed our process, which is find how they're getting in, seal up, clean, enzyme sanitize, get rid of the pheromones, close off their entry points, seal off their runways. Then the hunger gets into place, and that is the magic of rat trapping. That's what I'm proud of. What an episode, guys. That was super exciting. I know we only got one, but hey, 1 or 2 rats can cause massive destruction. People have no idea. When they live in a location, in an environment, the amount of destruction one rat can do is absolutely amazing. Obviously, there was more in the past due to the activity in the runways, but man, and feeling really proud as well with the enzyme to be able to go into an office environment like that and just deodorize and take away the odor and have a client say, I'm no longer sneezing. That's another success in this episode. If you like this episode, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we're gonna see you on the next one. But Dave, this definitely deserves the rat dance.
Another successful rat extermination. Job solved. We will see you on the next one.